Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we're drinking Claw's Sweet Baby Jesus. And Sweet Baby Jesus, why the fuck are we all up in arms over fucking statues? Now, I get it. Some of them fuckers were fighting for the South, a cause that a lot of people rightly detest. And yes, that's a problem. That's an issue. A lot of those statues were erected in the 1920s and 1960s as well. The South will rise again. That really is the only phrase I should have to explain to express why some people might not like this, even above and beyond the fact that they're celebrating heroes of the Confederacy. That being said, I don't think they should get torn down necessarily. I do think that it's the right of the community it's in, as long as it's a public statue on public lands, publicly owned. It's the right of the community to decide what happens to it. If Charlottesville, for example, wanted to take down that statue of Robert E. Lee, that's Charlottesville's decision. No one the fuck else's. You can voice your opinion. You can offer reasons to the people of Charlottesville for why they should take it down. But at the end of the day, get the fuck out. If they want to leave it up, leave it up. If they want to take it down, they'll take it down. You have no say in this. If you are involved in trying to rip down these statues, burn these statues, at least make sure you get it right. You're burning down fucking Abraham Lincoln statues thinking you're making a strike against white supremacy. Now, it's true. He thought the black people were, genetically inferior, even though they didn't really... You know what I mean. He was a racist son of a bitch. But he also was instrumental in freeing the slaves, keeping the country united, yada, yada, yada. So why you burning his statue? In short, don't be vandals. Don't be fucking morons. Do not be the end of civilization. Let people decide for themselves what they're going to do with their statues. I think there are some good reasons for tearing them down, moving them to museums, what have you, but I think there's a better idea. There's a better idea. See, a lot of these statues that everyone's up in arms about were erected by white nationalists, or if you will, neo-Confederates, whatever term you want to slap on them. Yeah, they were erected in the height of Jim Crow. They were erected as a retort to attempts to modernize, to bring the South kicking and screaming into a progressive era of not hating black people. And that's really a shitty thing to do. Hating on black people and erecting statues to try and passively resist. So why not, instead of tear it down, put up a marker, put up another statue, not like Vernaculus was suggesting of some totally unrelated guy. Put up a statue that brings together the atmosphere of when the original statue was put up. Put together a statue or a plaque or something, make it educational. Show the context, the historical context of the statue. Because here's the thing that nobody gets who's saying this is heritage, this is history. A statue erected in 1929 or 1964 about some dude who fought in a war from 1861 to 1865, that's not a historical monument about the fucking Civil War. It's a historical monument about Reconstruction. It's a historical monument about the Civil Rights era. Contextualize that shit. That talks to, the statues talk to the caliber of the country and the community when the statue was erected, when it was approved. So let's not ignore it. Let's not forget that history either. And that history can't all fit into a museum. We have to live it day by day to really understand it. We have to grapple with it every day. So let's do that. Let's put some context to these statues. And I want to go a step further to say that I'm only talking about these statues that are erected to the likes of the generals and shit. When you start talking about the columns that are erected to memorialize the Confederate soldiers, the infantrymen, the artillerymen, the supply guys, why are you fucking with those? Those people had no more choice in what they were doing than any other draftee did. We need to show some respect for the people who were compelled to fight and die for someone else's cause. These are, in many respects, victims of their time. So if you're one of these anarcho-communist bash the fash types. Every one of those soldiers who died in the Civil War, they were a victim of that evil, imperialistic, colonialistic, capitalistic empire, or whatever the fuck term you want to throw at it. They were the average person, some of whom took money to serve in place of a rich man on both the North and the South side. And they risked their lives and often died for someone else's cause on someone else's soil. And those poor damned souls deserve a memorial. So cut it the fuck out. Stop being a goddamn edgelord targeting a statue through illegal means. Stop basing your ridiculous alt-right narrative on whether or not some random statue of General Lee, who didn't even want to be commemorated, as if it were some big-ass issue. It's not. It's a statue in Charlottesville that may upset some people, that does upset some people, and for others, it's their heritage and their history. Though, both sides, calm down and make your argument in front of your city councils and decide as a community what's the best way to remember the history of our country, of your community, of the trials and tribulations through which we have gone. Is it tearing down statues in the night? Is it detonating bombs? Or is it having an intelligent conversation and enjoying the fact that you're still free to talk about these issues? I'll let you think about it. Tell me what you want. Have a good night.